Summer is coming to a close in the northeastern United States. After the canopy of the deciduous forest and the weather is unfolding, acorns mature. As the weather gets cooler and the leaves change color, the grand oaks steadily begin to drop their fruit, acorns. Only oaks, which include all trees in the genus Quercus, produce acorns. After blooming in the spring, oaks grow acorns, which mature in the late summer and drop throughout the autumn. Whenever a strong enough wind blows, oaks let loose acorns and leaves. Acorns then drop to the forest floor, landing on the leaf litter with a thud. But what are acorns? Acorns are different than oak trees. Oak trees are a genus of tree found worldwide, mostly in the northern hemisphere. Inside an acorn is an oak seed, usually one which is successful grow a whole new oak. On the outside, the acorns tend to include a stalk, with which they are attached to a twig with, a cupule, the acorn cap, often scaled, and the nut. Inside, the nut includes an embryo, the centermost part, from which the new plant will sprout. Around the embryo, the testa, the seed's coat, which protects the embryo, and the outermost part being the pericarp, fruit wall, which protects the seed. The cupule, or cap, of the acorn protects the developing fruit. Acorns whose nuts are green usually means that they have fallen prematurely, as usually an acorn drops brown. Acorns, like fall leaves, can be seen displaying different colors, including green, yellow, orange, red, brown, and black. Different species of acorns will have different shaped nuts. Some have rounder nuts, while others have more long-shaped nuts. A peculiar instance of the cap of acorn is that of the sawtooth oak, an oak species native to Southeast Asia, whose cap has soft green bristles. Acorn caps are sometimes seen empty on the forest floor. Oak trees can be generally put into one of two groups, with a few exceptions. The white oak group includes oaks whose leaves lobes are rounded and whose acorns mature in the one growing season. An example of an oak in the white oak group can be found in the temperate forests of northeastern America is the white oak. The red oak group includes oaks whose leaves, lobes, ends, and points, and whose acorns mature in two growing seasons. An example of an oak in the red oak group found in these forests is a scarlet oak and a black oak. Not all oaks have lobes, such as the willow oak, whose leaves are more than the shape of a namesake willow tree. Acorns are a popular food source for many forest animals, big and small. Some acorns are edible for people too, though not usually raw. Birds, such as blue jays and turkeys, mammals, such as bears, deer, squirrel, and chipmunks, and other animals all eat acorns. Deer, such as the white-tailed deer, love to eat the autumnal acorn crop, information which people who hunt deer use to their advantage. White oak group acorns are comparatively sweeter than those of the red oak group, because the acorns of the red oak group trees tend to contain more tannins than the acorns of the white oak group. Tannins are a brown, bitter-tasting substance that get their name from their use in tanning leather. Though all acorns have tannin, deer prefer to eat less bitter acorn, meaning those with less tannins. The blunt teeth of a deer, designed for browsing, are useful for crushing the tough nut, whereas rodents, such as squirrels, have sharp incisor teeth used to chew through the shell. Squirrels, such as the gray squirrel, also love to forage for acorns during the fall. They are known for their tendency to bury acorns in the ground to cache for the cold winter ahead. Squirrels can indirectly help a lot of the acorns they bury germinate, as they tend to sometimes forget where they hid them. In other instances, squirrels can be seen storing acorns up in hollow parts of trees, and other times, squirrels eat acorns right away. The eastern chipmunk is another animal known to favor acorns, often seen foraging amidst the forest floor's fall foliage. A close relative of the squirrel, the eastern chipmunk is a small rodent native to temperate eastern North America. It can be easily identified by the two white lines on its back bordered by black. Its body is generally white to reddish-brown with a white underside. It has white fur around its round black eyes and a short, thin tail. The eastern chipmunk can grow to be 25 centimeters long, tail included. They shelter in underground burrows, some of them having entrances in fallen logs. They get their name from the high-pitched, chirp-like chip sound they make. The eastern chipmunk has cheek pouches, which it uses to store food. The eastern chipmunk is usually somewhat territorial. Whereas squirrels are more suited for life in the trees, chipmunks are more suited for life in the ground. Most species of oak can grow very tall, with some species found in the deciduous forests of eastern North America reaching 30 meters in height. The wide canopies of the oak offer shade for the fauna of the forest floor and habitat for the arboreal creatures. The bark of some older individuals tends to be more deeply grooved. Sometimes, acorns can be seen in stream beds of the parent oak woods and besides the water. The acorns that happen to not get eaten lure land too far in the water and then germinate. Acorns are able to germinate even if not directly on a forest floor, such as on leaf litter. The germinating acorn then grows into a sapling on the forest floor, which may eventually grow into a grand oak. But for now, the acorn lies in wait of its future on the forest floor, the legacy of the oaks. The end. Thank you for watching.